silence as Media Martyrs gets up at night to finally tell you it is time for Media Martyrs.
Yeah.
I am your host, Almighty Strauss, aka Strauss, you know the deal by this point. We're here with Kazup Reviews.
What does God need with a podcast?
Well, honestly, he probably wants to be entertained for the day. We're also here with Tash of the future.
Hi.
The one consistent thing in all of my intros. We're also here with Phantom Roxas, the unprofessional whore.
Can you hear me now?
No. Fuck you. We're also here with Retro K, man of the 80s.
Salutations.
And we're here with our first full-time guest, Captain Wolfkick.
Hi, Strauss is an evil person.
I never denied any of these things, by the way.
Also, Izum isn't here because...
Because raisins.
Because reasons.
We should not mention our game of Cards Against Humanity will lose viewership because of me.
You know, we should... Well,
we
since Izum isn't here, we can take this chance to say everything bad about him that we've ever wanted to say.
Why would we want to do that?
We're joking.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, he doesn't talk about Transformers enough.
Transformers despite being our Transformers guy, we have very rarely mentioned Transformers with him around. I'm surprised by that.
I think we're just saving our whole thing until the Transformers episode, and then we'll just let it out.
We'll sit back, watch the show, and enjoy the fireworks.
Yep. So
anyway, you want to say it or should I?
I don't know. You're the kind of sort of quasi-host, so I guess you say it.
I guess I am the fearless leader. I guess. I'm not afraid, just not of you guys. Anyway, today is heroes and villains. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Sparkle. We're so enthused to be here.
I really am happy to be here, aren't you?
Enthusiasm, yay.
Do the sad panda.
So, basically we're just here to talk about our favorite heroes, our favorite villains, what makes a good hero, what makes a good villain, etc., etc. Who's opening something?
Oh no, that's
Roxas.
No, that's me drinking out water. I'm actually using it in a professional manner.
Fine, we'll give you a pass.
That's also an unprofessional whore.
No, that's still you. Anyway, who wants to start us off? Whoever wants to take the floor, now's your chance. How about you, Commander Shepard?
It's not Commander Shepard. I gave the same reasons I gave during the mascot episode still apply here for why he's not my favorite hero.
Or she.
Because he's bland?
No, well, because he can take too many different, forms. He can be too many different things to really classify him as one certain thing. Because he can be a jerk if you really want him to be.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to say he's like the best hero when he can.
Renegade for life, son.
Yeah, but
anyway, whoever wants to start us off, go straight ahead.
Well, I guess we can just talk about the cool thing about it is with all the different ways media has been, told, the different stories that have been told, there are so many different types of heroes and so many different types of villains, and most of them can be good in their own ways. There's anti-heroes, and there's straight-up chivalrous knight in shining armor heroes, and there's quiet heroes, and there's annoying heroes.
Lawful goods, neutral good.
Yeah, that whole chart.
Chaotic good. True neutral, lawful neutral, chaotic neutral, and you know where that's going.
Yeah. It's that whole chart, and that's a very simplified version of it, but it does kind of encompass a lot of what heroes can be, and the same thing kind of goes for villains, because there's
So, this just leads to one question. Are you gonna pick one, or are you just keep going on this?
I'm thinking, and also trying to be intellectual at the same time. It's hard.
Percy Jackson.
I am actually trying to think. Well, I won't say he's my favorite yet because I still need time to think, but I'll kind of go with what I said.
You don't have to pick favorites, you just need to pick one.
Well, Optimus Prime's pretty cool.
Yeah, that would probably be Izum's.
Yeah, we need to honor him.
Yeah. So, for Izum, the honorary Izum pick, because he's not here, is, Optimus Prime.
Because Optimus Prime is awesome.
Not the movie one, the actual one. The one that does not take your face.
G1 motherfucking Prime.
Or Optimus Primal. That works too.
Or two, yeah.
Let's see. Anyone else got any... Well, I say anyone else got anything they want to mention, but I hope you have something to mention because we kind of need to fill out a podcast.
We should also all not talk for 5 straight minutes just to piss you off.
If I'm gonna have to pick a hero, I would have to go with Captain America.
The Boy Scout of Marvel.
Oh yeah. There's nothing wrong with a hero with a shield for a weapon.
Yeah.
A super soldier, damn it.
He can throw like a frisbee.
He can throw frisbees harder than any man ever.
I wonder if he's actually just like played frisbee with somebody else with his shield. Because that's what I would do if I had that shield.
That'd probably be a bad idea.
And now someone's
I got it! Cut in half.
the fanfic of Captain America and Iron Man playing through Frisbee with his shield.
Yeah, I think, since you actually brought it up, I find Iron Man's kind of an interesting example of the kind of different types of heroes there can be, because there's like, he's like a hero, but also kind of in it for himself in a way.
Iron Man?
Iron Man.
Oh yeah.
At least
he's a playboy.
At least movie Iron Man. I don't know enough about that.
No, comic book Iron Man is basically kind of the same one.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Not as much. He doesn't drink as much anymore.
Yeah.
Unless it's Ultimate Universe Tony, where drunk voice Tony is
alive and well.
Yep.
Well, not necessarily well, but
definitely. I'm not even sure alive on this moment.
Yeah, he's alive. He's still alive.
I don't know. Whoever knows who's alive and who's not in comics.
I think in the Ultimate Universe he's now the new Iron Patriot.
Comics are confusing, but we already talked about that last episode, so.
and that conversation got confusing.
Comics are confusing and they make for confusing episodes.
Except for Bane voice.
Batman! We don't need to get into that. That's what ended the last episode.
Well, it would be a great weird bookend.
Yeah,
I think you're using the wrong definition of bookend.
Why do you think I said the phrase weird, you asshole?
This is not. This is how the world ends, not with a bang, but with a Bane impression.
That would be the best ending ever.
Oh yes, it would.
Anyway, to get back on topic, Roxy, you want to go? Mention anyone?
Let's see.
I like the idea that all that sound was you taking out like a list you had prepared just for this episode.
So that was me just moving my laptop around.
I like mine better.
But yes. Let's this list.
Yes. I've written my
Toro,
12-page
Hotshot,
thesis.
Spider-Man, Batman.
I've written my 12-page thesis on exactly why Pinkie Pie is best hero.
Oh god.
Someone's probably done that. That's the sad thing.
Well, I have written a 15-page thesis on why Rainbow Dash is the worst villain.
Okay, so you actually got to pick one, or do we have to keep making this joke?
Come back to me later.
Alright, I think I'll go.
Go ahead.
But I have like 2 choices. One regular hero and one an anti-hero.
Alright.
The first one is obvious. You already know what it's gonna be.
Well, yeah, it's obviously Batman.
Shut up. Shut up.
It's obviously Mega Man.
Batman!
Yeah, obviously it's gonna be Spider-Man.
Of course.
One, you know the usual. You can relate to him. That's it's written well. Well, like also I do like that he is like his heart is in the right place, kind of like Superman. That like he just wants to do the right thing, but also try to live a normal life.
Wait a minute, are we talking about Peter Parker or Otto Octavius?
Peter Parker,
That's
Bruce,
good.
Spock. And yes, they call him Spock now. Or at least that's his unofficial.
That's most illogical.
That's the fan nickname from what I gather. I don't think that's actually been said in universe.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. But I do like him. He's relatable. He's kind of like the underdog. All that. Now, my anti-hero pick, it's not Wolverine or Deadpool or anyone like that. It's John Constantine.
Yep.
Like
Saw that one coming.
Yeah, he's my favorite anti-hero. Mainly because he does try to do good, but he will like use people, sacrifice people. He'll do anything to like not only save the day but also remain alive. Like, in fact, there's a reference to that in one of the issues of his now canceled series, where he's like cornered by the King of the Vampires. A homeless guy walks by. The King of the Vampires like sucks him dry, throws him on the ground. And he's like, "Hey, was that one of your friends?" He's like, "Must be. He's dead."
Hey! Ha ho!
Wait,
Ha
that's awesome, but
ha!
who's the King of the Vampires in Hellblazer?
He doesn't have a name, but he looks like James Dean.
Really?
Yeah, he's just referred to as the King of the Vampires.
James Dean, Doris Day.
Oh, and he kills him by tricking the vampire to try to feed on him when he has demon blood in him.
Huh.
Then he grabs him by his head since his jaw is melting, throws him out in the sun, and pisses on his corpse.
Oh my.
Yikes.
Anyway, Kazim, do you actually have one now, or should we just continue skipping you?
No, does it have to be a protagonist hero? Can it like just
No,
It could
it can be anyone you want.
in that case I'll go with
Is it Doris
Rex.
Day?
What do you say?
Or not Rex.
Oh, yeah.
King of predictability, Chasm.
I know, right? But I mean,
He's more like
Okay, the
what's
king.
more useless than a king?
a duke.
There we go.
Duke of predictability.
Oh.
But yeah, I could go into the many reasons why he's awesome on a more specific level, but as a hero, he's awesome because, in my opinion, because he's like he kind of mixes like brutish behavior and actual intelligence in a good way, where you can enjoy his actions for this kind of spectacle that they are, but you can tell that even if they're harsh, they're done for the right reasons, kind of pretty much in an anti-hero way. And he's just awesomely written and awesome overall, and I love him.
You want to gush some more? Without actually really explaining anything, or was that just me not tuning everything out?
Probably you just tuned everything out.
I'm gonna say it was a gush session. Anyway, Matt, since you're here for the first time, probably won't be the last time. You want to say anyone you have any particular likes, loves, etc.?
Not really anything. I'm more just go with the flow.
You will say
Sure.
something. That's a good question. If you're not gonna say anything, why are you here?
Get out!
Well, find them!
Anyway, Matt, so anything you actually want to pick, or are you just gonna continue joking around here with us?
Yeah, probably joking around. If I find something, I'll jump in on that.
I'm surprised you haven't said anything from Fire Emblem.
Ha ha! Caleb, I still want to hurt you right now.
Yeah, that's a
For
lot.
those who want a small explanation, Kazip has been playing Fire Emblem for the first time, and
Poorly.
exactly.
I've been playing it poorly.
Die.
Yes, Kevin is playing it very poorly. He wants to marry Sumia. What the hell, man?
Every Fire Emblem fan understands the joke, and I'm just sitting here going, okay. Anyway, since I might as well go. No one has mentioned a villain yet.
Maybe we should save villains for later, give everyone more time to think. Because it just
fine.
occurred to me how poorly we planned this.
Oh, I have my villain picked out.
Oh yeah, I have a villain and hero picked out for all occasions.
Got my villain picked
I got
out.
like 10.
Stross, let me guess. It's Darth Vader.
No, actually no, I wasn't gonna go with that one.
Bane.
No. But since you said that, Batman! Would you like to see my penis?
No.
I'm not gonna do that again. We did that. We're already stealing jokes. We're not gonna steal them again. But I was actually gonna go with probably one of my favorite villains that doesn't get mentioned, and that is Saruman, played by Christopher Lee. See.
Yes.
Did you just say who, Kazop?
No, I said ooh. It's like who, but without the huh.
Can't go
Wait, are
wrong
we going
with
on
that.
hero or villain now?
We're on the
I
villain.
decided to do villains because no one has done one yet.
We're going on whatever.
Yeah, this is basically what you want.
Yeah.
But if we were gonna go with heroes, I might as well change that to not Batman, but to someone else. Superman. Basically the first ever superhero.
See, he's the
Ah.
he's the-
Classic Superman, not the new one.
What?
See, we said Captain America. What am I saying? Captain America was the Boy Scout of the Marvel universe. Superman's kind of the Boy
might as well
Scout
mention.
of the DC universe.
Pretty much.
It's been a lot. It's funny because he really is the first ever superhero as well. So that sort of
set the bar.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, basically, if you want to see how good you can get, try to be Superman. And
Or
us
Batman
these-
if you.
No, Superman, Batman's insane.
Okay, it depends on which.
Money.
Also depends on who's
the right
writing said characters at the time. Because it could be over there's problem. Yeah. Everyone remembers that.
Really had to go with the Superman Grounded reference, didn't you?
Yeah. Where he walks America.
Oh,
Hmm.
at least it's not Superman Unchained.
Yeah. Oh God, no. And also, he probably has and also, if we're going to talk about who Superman really is when played by it will never replace Christopher Reeves.
Christopher Reeve.
Nope.
He looked like Superman.
Yeah.
He was the Man of Steel.
Yeah, he really was. Only if they didn't give him, only if he was allowed to punch people.
Nope, I would go with Tim Daly.
Yeah, so should we just mention villains now? We go back around and just do villains.
I didn't mention my hero.
Yeah, so you had a villain, so how about you pick one?
Yeah,
Yeah, zero.
I'm
again.
gonna start with my hero. Oh no, my villain. I don't think anyone.
Did you mention your hero? I can't remember.
I don't think he did.
I think he did.
No, I don't think so.
Do it again anyways. Just
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be sure.
Don't
Ah.
professional.
I had it in my head. Damn. Yeah, I know. Cecil Harvey from Final Fantasy IV.
Stay there. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, you definitely did not mention him at all.
Oh yeah. Because the thing about Cecil is that I think he represents a hero that Square Enix has been trying to recapture and has never been able to do again. Like, everyone points to Cloud as being a stereotypical emo hero from Square Enix, but I think that that could be traced back to Cecil Harvey, where he's a troubled hero, but he's not emo about it. When he is depressed, he has a legitimate reason because he killed people, and he felt guilty about that, and so the entire plot of the game is his redemption, and his redemption is amazing, and he truly is the hero of that story. So yeah, he's not bland, he's not overly happy, he is a very realistic hero.
On a
and
scale from Sora to Squall, he's in the middle.
pretty much.
Mm.
And so yeah, Cecil Harvey for the win. And Cecil Harvey starts off as a Dark Knight, which is a perfect segue for my favorite villain, Dark Knight Vaughn. From Digimon Cross Wars. He's an amazing
No
villain.
spoilers.
Oh,
Just saying, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
Spoilers, the heroes win.
Spoilers, it's meant to sell things.
Okay, I'll try to.
Spoilers.
One thing.
Shut up and take my money.
One
I'll
thing
keep
I
it-
want. One thing I want to know.
I
Is it
will.
as bad as the O2 epilogue?
Oh,
And is
God,
that
no, it's
possible?
actually better. It's way
The
better
final
than that.
third, the final third of Cross Wars is worse than the epilogue. The part where Dark
Okay,
Knightmon.
that, yeah. Oh god, that's awful.
However, when Dark Knightmon is in action, that's good. Dark Knightmon is not the main villain, but he pretty much should have been.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mostly because he's actually pretty intimidating, and there was a point where I thought that he wasn't being as cool, but then it turned out it was just him, like, faking it. It's
Yeah, he's
awesome.
pulling a gambit there.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Wait. Okay, this is getting kind of off topic, but worse than the O2 epilogue. Is that really possible? I
Okay,
didn't
yeah,
think that was possible.
You have no idea.
Think of the pain of the O2 epilogue stretched across 25 episodes.
I didn't.
Across 12 and a half hours.
I should also mention, if you don't know what we're talking about, this is Digimon, which we will fully admit, Digimon anime, much better than Pokemon's, but games, not so much.
Okay, the Pokemon
Yeah.
anime is the worst show ever, and I'm gonna wait till later to explain that.
Well, we don't deny its badness.
Stop.
But
We
yeah,
won't deny its badness. It's more of a, we love it for reasons beyond its quality.
It's cheesy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheesy.
cheesy
It's
in a
huggable.
fun way.
And it's nostalgia for a lot of us, so.
Yeah.
That and Ash has been 10 for 1,000 episodes. Probably more than that.
I think he's been
700
10
actually.
for about
He's been 10
20
since the
something
90s.
seasons.
Not counting between ones, mind you.
Does that mean that Ash is like perpetually a 90s kid?
They made him 10 for like how many, for whatever number of seasons the show is lasting.
So, Kazup, do you have a villain?
Yeah, actually I do. I thought about it, and I realized,
Is it the Reapers?
no.
Is it Chris
It's not,
Columbus?
it's not Mass Effect. I'd actually say that my favorite villain is Bowser. Yeah, because
Of course.
it's like I don't think many people would pick that just because it's not like when you think of villain, you think of like really sinister, like really, really like intense, like Robin, that kind of thing. But I think Bowser's my favorite villain more for what he can do more than all that other stuff. Because if you think about it, Bowser can kind of do a lot of different roles. Like, you got like Mario Kart where he's just like another character that you kart with for whatever reason.
No
And,
karting with Bowser?
and then you go like Galaxy where he's like taking over the universe. Then you go to like I forget the Mario and Luigi game where you were like inside him.
Bowser-
whatever.
That was his inside story?
Yeah, Bowser's
Yep,
Inside
Bowser.
Story. You got that where he's like, you know, I don't know the exact story of it, but he plays kind of a different role in that. And I think I just kind of love him not only for the nostalgia factor that it's the villain that's been with me for as long as I can remember.
Yeah,
But
that's a
also
great point.
because
He is a constant villain.
Yeah, and but the cool thing is he can be used he has been used effectively in so many different roles in so many different games, and it feels natural somehow. And I feel like a character that's so flexible is just really good.
And going off topic here, if we go into the subspace emissary mode of Brawl, he becomes pretty crazy until he gets hijacked by Ganon.
Speaking of Ganon, he is a better villain than Bowser. I also, screw all of you, Wind Waker, Ganondorf is overrated, much like everything else from Wind Waker. Come at me,
Shut
bro.
up, you.
Well, that's
Well, we know what I'm
Make up
doing.
for it,
Well, I'm
Smash
doing,
Bros.
well, I know what I'm going to be doing the next Versus episode.
But we'll save that for another time.
Okay.
Anyway, Retro, you want to pick your favorite villain?
Oh, I got one. And this villain is perhaps one of the most notable villains I remember growing up. And that villain is none other than Oroku Saki. Or you may better know him best as the Shredder from Ninja Turtles.
Wait, don't you mean Colonel Schrader?
That does not count! I mean...
No, wait, don't you mean Uncle Phil?
James,
Of course.
ha! You owe me a Coke.
I don't think I have.
Come next Comic-Con, motherfucker.
It was the cartoon that introduced me to the Shredder more than the comics. I think the comic was dark and gritty.
Yeah, didn't they throw Shredder off a roof or something?
They throw him off the roof, blew him up, and then he comes back from worms. Don't ask. And then he gets chopped off by Leonardo. Whereas in the cartoon, he's like a villain, but he's also played for laughs. I mean, come on.
Did they make turn Shredder into Dr. Claw?
They make him work with of course, Krang, the brain from the
The original 87 series was rather silly.
It was silly, and of course, as we noted, you got Uncle Phil doing the voice of him, and sometimes he had alternate voice, including get this, Jim Cummings.
Yeah, there were like 6 voices for him in that show.
Yeah, but to be fair, he was. I also remembered the Shredder in the movie version, and that was really creepy.
And then in the 2003 show, they made him an Utrom.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, I haven't got that far, but I do like him in the.
And to be fair, I have seen the Shredder in the recent Nickelodeon series, and it's pretty. The Shredder in the new one is pretty decent.
Yeah.
The 2003 one was a much more dangerous villain, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I realized something. It's like think of like how the Shredder was only in like the first issue of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Imagine if other comic book heroes had their arch nemesis in popular culture be based on the first villain they fought. So like Spider-Man's first villain instead of the Green Goblin would be like Chameleon or Vulture.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be too bad, actually.
Yeah.
In that case.
Mario's arch nemesis would be a Goomba.
And,
Well, actually,
Goomba.
it wouldn't. It would be Donkey Kong still.
Oh yeah.
And Link's arch nemesis would be an Octorok.
No, it'd probably still be officially Ganon. But it would be Ugly Ganon, not Ganon.
It's still officially Ganon. No, wait, it's actually Demise now.
And we all agree that's pretty bad.
No, I like Demise. I
always consider an Octorok the first thing you fight in the game.
Legend of Zelda episode coming soon to a computer near you.
Yeah.
If I'm not involved in that one, so help me. I will slap Kazup in the face.
It's pronounced Kezup. Why does everyone give it an ass sound?
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm respectful to it.
You kind of
I kind of slur. That's just my accent.
Now I'm gonna say Kazup just to spite you two.
You retards!
Seriously, you're gonna hate me in this Zelda episode.
We hate you all the time, Roxas.
Yeah, you unprofessional.
Well, I hate you as much as
Unprofessional.
I hate Kazup right now for Fire Emblem.
I'm gonna sing to Kezup's
You're
level in regards to
unprofessional,
when he
Roxas.
said when Kezup said that he preferred the Star Wars prequels. I'm going to sing to that level in the Zelda episode.
I don't think you can sing to that level.
Yeah.
There's a difference between having an opinion and doing what Kazup does. And that's being incredibly unpopular.
Yeah.
Tetra is the worst Zelda ever.
Well, like, she's not Zelda. Specific, that's a confusingly worded sentence.
Yeah. Anyway, Tash, you want to pick your villain?
Yeah. This one's kind of weird a bit. I mean, this is like a character who has different versions of himself in like other continuities. And I like one of the other continuities better than the original. But I'm gonna go with Loki.
Oh.
Okay.
Mainly because I really like tricksters. Tricksters are like
Okay.
my favorite kind of
You know?
And I like
You know?
tricksters. But the version I like, I don't really, I think the 616 version is okay, but the one I really like the most is the Ultimate version.
I need to
Because it
read
looks like
Ultimate.
Tom Hiddleston?
Oh,
Yeah, he was in Ultimates too. Like, I really liked him because he was really, like, evil there, and, like, really cunning and mischievous. Like, he would do some pretty weird stuff. Like, he basically, like, he almost caused World War III. He had Hawkeye's family killed. He had Black Widow turned traitor. And the only reason he did it was because it was fun.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, I do like that kind of trickster character. And I also I did like that dichotomy with Thor. Like, the only reason he's doing it is just to mess with him.
I see.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Matt, you want to take over? AKA Captain Wolfhead.
I really
Also
don't
Bill.
get that. Why are you calling me by my first name?
Because I can. Because I'm me, and I'm awesome. And I'm the villain of the group.
Well, after Cartoons Humanity, that's
I'm the
pretty much
fan.
it.
Yeah,
No one understands what you're referencing.
it's probably for the best.
Apex, he's the villain.
Anyway,
I'm the
Cap, do you wanna mention, or should I just say the Black Knight? Or Ashnar the Dragon Fucker?
Actually, neither of those, because I really don't care that much for the Telly's games. Shocking. Actually, I'm going with Cave Stories boss, the Doctor. And no, not what you're thinking.
Not that doctor, you goddamn Hoovian, shut up. Yeah, explain, good sir.
I would, but spoilers.
Go play Cave Story to figure out what he's talking about.
Basically, he's an asshole, wants to sink an entire island.
Oh.
That's all you're getting. Go talk. Go play Cave Story by Double Fine. Give Tim Schafer all your money.
It's not by
Yeah, but
Double
they're
Fine.
just like-
We should be paid for product placement.
Tim Schafer, you're awesome, and we are sorry that EA has spurned you so.
You do know Cave Stories is not by Double Fine, right?
I don't really care. I'm just making mention. Wasn't that Tim Schafer's thing?
No.
Who was that then?
Daisuke Amaya.
I'm thinking
Probably-
of something completely different, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Are you thinking of Psychonauts?
No, well, play Psychonauts 2, by the way. Because, it should have done better. Anyway, I guess it's my turn.
I guess so.
So we're going back to Middle Earth with Sauron and Saruman as my villain of the pick week thing. Yeah, you know, the reason why I'm going with Sauron is because he's not the ultimate enemy. That is Melchior. This sounds incredibly nerdy. More so than usual.
I'm gonna pretend you're referring to Melchior from Teen Titans, and then I'm gonna punch Keza because he doesn't get that reference.
I'm not
Whenever
particularly fond of that series, okay?
Whenever everyone gets to a con, we're just gonna take turns punching Keza.
Yeah, pretty much. Basically, New York Comic Con is we're gonna slap him for each thing he has said.
Like every single sentence?
Yes!
Pretty much.
So I'm gonna go back and count the tweets about Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I feel like you're gonna start waking up at 6 a.m. just to get on my case about that.
I do wake up at 6 a.m.
Oh, dang it.
I stay up to 6 a.m.
Oh wait, you said Melchior. I'm thinking of Melchior.
Yeah, anyway, because he's the ultimate enemy, but Sauron is much more the devious kind. He basically was able to get himself captured, sink Numenor, by causing divine intervention, and basically, even though he lost, he won. Ultimate stratagem. And he also made the ultimate ring of power, and which would not have been destroyed if it wasn't for the fact that Gollum took a misstep in the books. By the way, difference between book to movie, and one thing they did improve, how the One Ring is destroyed is much less pathetic and sad than it is in the books.
Nerd.
On this podcast, that's a compliment.
Yeah.
Hi-yo!
Which we never usually happen.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, since we're going to be talking about villains, let's talk about what makes a good villain. Because we know what makes a good hero. It's just like as someone with good qualities, selfless.
Then again, we've brought up some good anti-heroes that we believe, so that's kind of...
Yeah, we brought up good anti-heroes, but we haven't really talked about good villains, because, why does a character like the Joker persist for over 70 years?
Well,
If you want to be a good villain, you have to not be like Bogramon.
References,
ahoy!
Okay, fine. Don't be an Orcus on his throne.
Get that.
What was that? Since everyone talked over Phantom Roxas, what on his throne for the peoples?
Orcus on his throne. It's basically the stereotypical video game villain where, you're just sitting there waiting for the heroes to come and fight you.
True. I think, a great example of some great villains, if we're going to go back in time, there's Darth Vader, there's Lex Luthor,
Yeah,
there's the Green Goblin.
I think the thing about
Skull.
I think the thing about villains is that, what makes a good villain, that can kind of be partially based on what game or series or comic or movie or whatever the villain is in, because they kind of need to match up with whatever tone the piece of media is going for.
Definitely, because
like I said, something like Mario, Bowser doesn't tend to be too sinister because it's not the Mario games tend to not be very dark.
A great example, if we want a great example, let's look at the Joker throughout the years. He goes from being sort of just a straight up madman to a joking clown to some mixture of the two. Which is why the Batman animated series version is the best one, where he's sinister and homicidal, but still the clown.
You're going to mend
Yes.
it.
And,
Are we just gonna do impressions of every single Batman villain?
probably by the end of all this, yes. But if we're going to also talk about great Batman villains, we should talk about Mr. Freeze as an example of an anti-villain.
And not
Yes.
not Batman and Robin, Mr. Freeze, because
No,
I'm
no.
sure that's
And
Wait,
most.
guys,
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
I just realized something that you pointed out the animated
Anti-hero, anti-villain.
animated Joker. Okay, animated Joker and the Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker made Tim Drake evil. In the upcoming comics, Tim Drake is becoming evil. Thus, Scott Lobdell is the Joker.
It
Wow.
would be a Media Martyrs episode if Roxas didn't get in a jab at Scott Lobdell. And I still have very little idea who Scott Lobdell actually is.
No one wants to know who Scott Lobdell is.
Yeah, we know certain people are going to know. But, a great example of a great anti-villain, because a great example is that he's evil, but he's doing it his heart's in the right place, but he's doing evil.
Now I'm in the New
Because-
52.
Yes, but once again, that's the New 52 and not the awesome Paul Dini creation that replaced the gimmicky Mr. Freeze of the old days.
I like the animated series, Mr. Freeze. I thought he was, that
Everyone does.
voice.
That
voice.
sadly,
That voice.
that voice actor is dead.
Michael Ansara?
Yeah, he's
Hang on. Hang on.
We're gonna, as we wait for Retro K to be a bit upset with the death of someone very
Like,
cool.
we're gonna-
No, he's still alive.
Nice.
The voice of Mr. Freeze.
Which one?
If we're gonna talk about
Michael
Batman,
Ansara. I think
Okay.
you're
I wanna
thinking of
bring
the voice
up,
of Killer Croc that died.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
But
I want to
anyway,
bring up Hugo Strange from Arkham City.
oh yeah, that was
Oh.
kinda, but that cause
I liked him until the twist.
yeah, until the twist, and then it just gets really, come on, man.
Oh,
Yeah, like he was pretty. I liked it. Like
For majority of that game, you're just like, oh shit, man, and then the twist happens.
Yeah, the twist was like, oh wow, Hugo Strange, you're not cool anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, you know,
Oh, by the way, should we mention that was played by Corey Burton, and he's doing his,
Yeah, I love it.
but he's doing his Christopher Lee impression throughout that entire game.
Does
Yeah.
that for God of War as well.
Yeah, he just keeps doing his Christopher Lee impression for all his villains. So, which I guess leads to the ultimate villain actor.
I mean, it's really dead on.
We have to go with Christopher Lee for the greatest villain actor. I mean, he's played villains in 85% of his roles.
Yeah, he could be Magneto, he could be Dr. Octopus, he could be a lot.
Oh,
He could be anyone.
you
He
know,
could be Megatron if all I can care.
Yeah, I think Christopher Lee would be a very different.
Close, he's Soundwave. Or Shockwave. No, Shockwave.
He was the original Shockwave, actually.
Yeah.
And the original Spike, too.
you know, it actually. Oh,
I'd
well,
like to see Christopher Lee as Unicron rather than Orson Welles. Could you imagine that?
Or Christopher Lee as Unicron, he would have probably done it.
you know, actually, if we're talking about anti-villains, you know what I think is a pretty good one? That's Prince Zuko.
Yeah. I mean, he developed more into an anti-hero than full-on hero, but
Well, yeah, but
he runs the gambit, really.
yeah, mainly first 2 seasons before the turn, he was pretty
That was
much
a good
an
turn,
anti.
though.
Yeah, that's
was a
the
good
thing.
turn, though.
That's because Avatar's a good show, and you should go watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah. If you haven't watched that, it's a 9 out of 10 on most people's lists, so...
Check it out. Check out Avatar, the animated series. And
Not the
Last
movie.
Airbender.
Okay,
No, forget about
We
it.
will be returning to that eventually.
Do we have
Oh,
to?
And maybe not
Yes.
Legend of Korra because of the way it's going.
Well, we don't know yet. It's only got one.
No, I
season.
said the way it was
The
going.
first season finale is poop, though.
Yeah, no, that series is a great example of this going straight down. Like, it starts off really good, and about, like, episode 7, it starts kind of getting a bit iffy. And then by the ending, you just kind of go, a great start, weak finish, but, hey, you know what? It is gorgeous to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then again, so was the movie Avatar, and that was also kind of eh.
Well, no, that was a whole Korra started off well.
Yeah.
See, that's the difference we're talking about. Like, Korra started off really, really well, and that's kind of...
And then it nosedived.
Yeah, basically after... the best way to put it is, the moment when you start concentrating more on Among, the more the story... Actually, no, speaking of which, Among was a great villain up until the ending.
Yeah. Oh god, seriously,
Yeah.
that plot twist was so stupid.
Yeah, he's
sing with me
my...
now. It all comes tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down.
We need to insert that in for every time we mention something that just, like, starts tumbling down in quality.
God, don't give me more work to do.
You know,
You deserve it.
yeah, you're the one with honestly, the most actual free time.
Not really.
You
I
don't
disagree.
think that, but once you get to college, you understand, like, you have a free time, but it's never an opportune time to do work.
Well, I have more free time, but I'm lazy, so.
Shut up, Tash.
Whatever. So, think we should wrap this up?
I think...
I want to bring up one more kind of anti-hero / villain that I really like.
Alright.
And I don't know if you'll agree or disagree, but Jason Todd.
Yeah, Jason Todd has a weird history. He dies, he comes back.
Was Jason Todd the one that DC was like, do you want to kill him off? And everyone was like, yes. And they were like, okay.
Actually, no, what happened...
No, that was...
No, what happened was they actually opened up the poll
Yeah,
to see
that's
if
the
they want to
thing.
kill off Robin, but see, the thing is, most people thought it was Dick Grayson. Because, most people don't follow comic books.
Wait, people thought it was Dick Grayson?
No,
It wasn't Dick, it was
the-
Tim Drake, wasn't it?
what happened was they did a poll to kill off Robin, and a lot of comic book readers are like, yes, kill off Jason Todd. We don't really like him. I mean, we didn't hate him, but he was like, lukewarm reception. But most people are like, oh, they're going to kill off Robin. They're going to kill off, they think, Dick Grayson. But by that point, he's already Nightwing and such. It was a case of general public is not following what's going on. So, yeah.
Well,
And I heard that some guy rigged his computer to call, like, the number every 9 seconds or something like that.
Or his phone, but yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I will say though, Among was a great villain until the plot twist. So watch Core for the animation and see how the writing kind of falls apart.
I guess if you want a good villain who isn't ruined by a plot twist, Red X.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Another thing Kizip won't understand.
And
Because-
being that we've been talking about Batman villains, what about the Riddler? What do we think about the Riddler?
Oh yeah, no, he's a great villain.
I like
when
it.
you can write him well, the problem with the Riddler writing wise, and I totally, because this is the thing the animated series have, it's like we needed to find a way to make the plots work and come up with the riddles and all that jazz, and that takes a lot of effort. A lot easier to do every other villain. Oh, and Clayface. Clayface is also a good villain.
Oh yeah.
What about Poison Ivy?
Ooh, she's a good villain.
And let's see, what about?
Okay, but can't list them all. Up. Can't list them all.
Yeah, okay, Batman's
I-
entire rogue galley. Can we just put him under, like, a group?
Even the Condiment King?
Yeah, especially
Or-
the Condiment King.
Or the Penny Plunderer,
What
Yes.
about Penguin?
a villain whose entire
Or Calendar
stick is-
Man!
Well,
Hey, what about
yes.
the Penguin?
Yeah, like,
Spellbinder. Although that's Batman
Yeah.
Beyond.
You can't leave Penguin
I
out
think
of this.
yeah, Penguin, good villain. There's a lot of great.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's the best way to put it is where Superman's probably the most recognizable superhero. The most recognizable supervillains are all Batman.
Batman.
Are all from Batman.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like the Joker is like the king of crown prince of crime, and most people can recognize him as the bad guy.
As the main one.
Yeah, too, which is funny because he kind of is, kind of isn't, and he at one point carved his face off. Hi, New 52.
Yeah, he got better.
And then he got-
put it onto his face, and then
And he put
he's
his
gone crazy.
face on a dollar bill.
By the way, if you haven't read The Killing Joke, go do that. It's basically what is the generally accepted Joker backstory.
And if you want a Batman with some decent Jokers, check out the 60s movie, the Tim Burton movie, or The Dark Knight.
Yeah, if you're gonna check out the '60s Batman movie, prepare to laugh a lot because that's
Oh, yeah.
spectacular.
Joker stash.
Yeah. Fun fact: Cesar Romero, who played that Joker, refused to shave his mustache.
Oh, no.
He refused.
He kept that stash.
It's an excellent stash too, by the way.
It is.
Excellent mustache.
So is anyone going to understand when I mention Naruto villains?
No.
I will. I don't know why.
Okay.
I make sure I know my shit.
Don't watch
Yeah,
it to understand villains.
Basically, they introduced the Orochimaru, and then eventually it's decided that the Uchiha clan is the main villain as a whole. Like, just the Uchiha.
That
Everything-
series, by the way, should I mention it, is the king of the ass pulls.
No, that's Bleach.
Well, no, they're kind of tied when you think about
Or
it.
Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail and Bleach are much worse than Naruto at it.
The three kings of ass pulls are those three, really. I think we're
Yeah.
drawing up to a close.
Yeah.
'Cause-
I think we are.
What if I make one addendum to what I said earlier?
sure.
Okay, I misspoke. I didn't say he wanted the island to crash. He causes the island to crash due to his power wanting.
All right.
Okay.
But
You
yeah.
know,
Just wanted to get that through because I hate screwing up.
in a way, I think we're never going to return to this topic. This is going to be one we're going to come back to.
Yeah.
So I guess this is Heroes and Villains Part 1 of a infinitely long series.
Part
There's also-
one of question mark.
There's going to be a part 2.
Yeah.
We're going to
See it.
guarantee there's going to be a part 2 where Megatron is probably going to be mentioned. More talk on Optimus
Yeah,
Prime.
we're probably gonna get Ethan
The
back in
eventual
here.
return of Bane voice.
And I am probably going to be the
And
only
with the
Bionicle
villains
fan.
count.
What was that?
Actually, you're not, except I don't really care.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
Also,
riddle me this, Batman.
next
When will be our next episode of Media Martyrs?
next time on Media Martyrs, will Izum be back? Will Captain Wolfkick still be here? Will we go off on more tangents? The answers
Well,
are
yes.
probably not, and yes.
Oh god.
And
Oh my
Phantom
god,
like
yes.
first phase to go dumber.
Okay.
Pop quiz,
I'll-
Hot Shot.
I'll say-
Find out next time. Same bat channel.
Okay, Wolfkick, get out now.